And finally, and hopefully this is not going to mess me up too bad, but we're going to add in liquids for liquid contour. Now there's some trends where you can do this on your naked skin before, let it set, and then add your foundation or CC cream over the top. That's a really interesting trend. I haven't investigated it yet, so I don't know that much about it, but I will be, and trust me, I will bring it to you if I feel like it's easy to demonstrate, if it's simple enough to explain. So for your contouring and highlighting with liquid, I'm going to use the Deep CC Cream to show you this. You can also use any kind of bronze perfecting concealer. And what I'm going to use for this, I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. And maybe we'll try both just to see. Oh, and if you are a bronze skin tone, you're going to be using this light beige color as your lightest color. And you're going to use, you can also mix it with the under eye corrector. Can you see how the difference? So the perfecting concealer basically is like matte touch-up paint in the Home Depot analogy. So you're going to use that to cover the stain. And the under eye corrector is basically an accent paint. And it's supposed to catch the light. It's supposed to reflect it and make it look brighter. Okay, let's pray. So I've got my blending brush. This is my favorite one for doing liquid contour. And I'm just going to dot, like I said, a dot is a lot. I'm going to draw some battle lines on here. And that's the reason why I don't always recommend liquid concealer for every day or for people who are beginners, because you have to be precise, you have to take your time, and it takes a little bit more work to get this to come off. I think that's maybe one of the things why I'm interested in that trend where you put this underneath your makeup, because it doesn't require quite as much precision. That would give you a lot more room for error. But you can see how even with this blended out, in fact, it's very different on the screen than it is on my face. I went a little bit too, you can see how we went a little too long and how we're not quite blended in the hairline. There are times when I definitely miss my side shave. But even that, so this is even more definition. This creates even more visual depth. And I'm going to take this brush, this cheek brush, and I'm going to really blend this out. So you can see why, you can see the different areas. It is so important. In fact, I was sitting in a meeting with one of Everett's teachers recently, and her contour wasn't quite blended right here. So I ended up staring at her neck almost the entire time. Miss Dickel, if you're watching this, I love you and I'm sorry and you're beautiful. But that's why it's really important to check all the angles, to get in the lighting, because even what I'm seeing when I look in the mirror here is very different than what I'm seeing on camera. When I'm looking here on camera, I can see where I need to blend it out. Okay, so that was pretty easy. I used Deep CC Cream. There's also the beige a bronze perfecting concealer that you can use for this. For highlighting, I don't think I need any more because I've now used the under eye corrector. And before that, I used my light ivory perfecting concealer, and I did the red lipstick trick. So, and then I've also used this highlighting powder. I believe it's glazed. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then the contouring powder in Latte. There's also a contouring powder in Cocoa for bronze skin or for more deep contour. I just didn't get with that this morning. Okay, so final step is going to be blush. And we did our, hang on, which side am I looking at? We did our highlight right here, and right here, and then right here. And then we did our contour right here, here, and a little bit up here. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole contour your nose thing. That's a little bit more advanced than I want to deal with every day, but there's definitely a lot of things. You can use all of these same products to do the same thing, to play with shape with your lips and your nose. The most bang for the buck you're going to get is freshly foundation skin. Make sure your eyebrows are the shape you want and use whatever products you need to get them there. And then do contouring on your cheeks, around the sides of your faces, and on your neck and jawline, and make sure to blend it in. So I think I'm going to pick a peach blush because peach fuzz is the color of the year. So I'm going to add just a little bit of bright lightness in the middle here. Wow. Can you tell the difference? That's pretty amazing.